Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new spoiler review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Zinneberg. Today, we're talking about season one, episode three of the Marvel Disney Plus show, Daredevil Born Again. The episode is titled The Hollow of His Hand. Welcome back to a brand new review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Zinneberg. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do TV and movie reviews, out of theater reactions, ranking videos, and box office videos. So you like any one of those things, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell for notifications. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on this new episode of Daredevil Born Again? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Any bold predictions for that closing shot of the episode? Let me know. Respond to every single comment. Definitely please comment down below. And guys, hit that thumbs up button. Helps YouTube algorithm out. The like button. That's how my videos get more recommended to more people. So let's get into Daredevil Born Again episode 3. So I loved the first two episodes last week, and this is another very strong episode of Daredevil Born Again. While I don't think it's as good as the first two episodes, which are very tough to beat in my opinion, this episode was still very excellent. It's basically just a courtroom drama episode with Matt trying to obviously protect the white tiger in this episode. And, the white tiger going up against these cops. And this is what Daredevil really should be. Not all the episodes obviously should be exclusively these courtroom dramas. But I thought it was really compelling. When you have to do a courtroom drama where there's a lot of talking and a lot of stuff that maybe doesn't interest many people, you do have to somehow keep us on the edge of our seats. And I was on the edge of my seat throughout the entire courtroom scenes in this episode. So the first big one is after Matt saves him. This is a full spoiler review. After Matt saves the informant last week, he somehow, with really cool tricks, gets the informant to actually appear in court. And Matt thinks that this will obviously end the case and have him in the win column and get Hector out of prison. But the informant actually realizes after saying that, he's doing this for his kids and the police won't do anything to him, then he goes back on his word and basically screws over Matt and the case. Now, again, at the same time, Kingpin, obviously Wilson Fisk, is happy with all this gang violence and the chaos that all the gangs are having now as him and his wife Vanessa are now not running the crime in New York. They're kind of just letting it all come to ourselves. There's a lot of gang on gang violence, which is leading to he's like, we gotta let them kill each other. That's just not our problem, which I thought was very funny. But we get towards the middle part, and obviously Fisk is all against vigilantes. And this case opens his eyes because Matt, without Hector's permission, reveals that Hector is the white tiger. And the court gets thrown for a loop. And Matt uses this to basically be like, he's a good person. Hector saves this person, has saved this person. And that person does not have the ability to just randomly walk up down a subway and kill a cop. That's just not who he is. He wasn't even wearing his, the necklace that gives him his strength. He's like, he walked out basically with one arm behind his back. He wouldn't do that just to kill a cop, basically. I did find it funny at the beginning of the episode where that one cop who Matt beat up last week was, who intimidated him in the bathroom in this episode, was like on the trial. And that's when Matt's like, he was basically breaking down if the guy was actually okay or not. It was very funny. Again, Matt and Charlie Cox, very charismatic actor to a very charismatic character. But we move on in the episode. He gets reveals the white tiger. The judge is like, you've now just made him a huge target that now everyone knows he's the white tiger. And now Fisk is on the side of putting him in prison. But obviously Matt uses the case. Matt wins the case in the end. And that's when Fisk wants the one-on-one meeting with the BB reporter. And BB, who's played by Janaea Walton. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. And I actually think it's smart that Fisk, she's like, we have the New York Times. He's very smart. Because even though, yeah, she's not the most credited or polished of the news organization. We do live in a society now where social media and stuff like that is what gets the most traction. So I find it really interesting that Fisk is using her to do all these exclusive interviews instead of like the Post or the New York Times or stuff like that. So I found that to be really smart and real as well. You do see a lot of politicians now going on podcasts and social media stuff instead of doing sit down interviews with news outlets or media at all. So it is very parallel to the society that we live in today. But as he's talking to her, we see Hector suiting up as the White Tiger. Now, I knew the whole time that he had to basically move out of New York when this episode ended because he was going to get killed. I knew from the moment he was free, I was like, this is not going to end well. Matt, even though won the case, basically put a big target on the chest of Hector. That he's not just Hector, he's also the White Tiger. And this whole episode, and really the whole season's been about what is a true hero. Does a hero have to wear a mask to be a hero? Do heroes who wear a mask, are they cowards? Are they heroes? Because that's what the other attorney says in the defense of the cops. And that's when Matt, brings up the Daredevil horns and says, am I actually, he's battling, was being Daredevil being a true hero? Does being, with a mask make you not a hero? That there's people, they are cops who risk their lives every day and they're not hiding who they are. And I find that argument to be really compelling. And they're using it in each other episode. Obviously, we haven't seen Matt in full Daredevil since the first scene of the first episode. So they're clearly going to make this a big arc here in this season. But as I said, I knew Hector was not going to make it once he gets let out. Fisk says there was injustice. There shouldn't be vigilantes with masks running around the city protecting people. And that's what we see again. I mean, Hector gets shot right in the head, and we close on it, and it's alluded to that this is Frank Castle, the Punisher, John Bernthal from the Daredevil show, and his own show on Netflix. Now, we know Bernthal will be on the show, and we know that Daredevil is getting a Werewolves by Night within, that type of Marvel Spotlight like episode, like 45-minute episode. I don't think this is Frank. I would be really shocked if on his own volition, Frank is like killing Hector in cold blood. They're alluding to seeing people with a lot of Punisher tattoos. So they're clearly really heavily setting up the return of Bernthal in the show. I'm very interested. This actually was, if it was Frank who killed Hector, why is he working cohorts with Fisk? That will be interesting. But I knew Hector was not making it out of this episode if he got let out. Matt has the toast, but again, when he revealed who he actually was, and the idea that Hector says, I am the White Tiger. There's no, the mask stuff, it's not just putting on a mask, it's who I am. Again, adding to the point, is Matt Daredevil, or is he just someone who's putting on a mask just for show? So, very good episode. Excellent episode of Daredevil Born Again. I'm absolutely loving this series. Are you? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video. I'll be back here, guys, next Wednesday, breaking down the new episodes of Daredevil Born Again.